Hello everyone. As we have discussed last time, we will work on the VPC peering lab. In this lab, in the last lab, we have created the net gateway and we have give the internet access to our private subnet, right? In this lab, we already have this particular access, like as per this color, right? This one is our public subnet. This one is our private subnet, and let me select this red color. So this is your entire organization, right? Now as example, like you have put few important servers or the critical machines in the private subnet, and one more organization is there, which is assumed like that is your client. This is VPC B and this is your client customer. This is your customer, right? And they want to access the servers which are in the private subnet of your organization. So the customer have their own VPC, you have your own VPC. In this VPC, you have also, as per this blue color, your own private subnet and few machines instance are running in that. So how we can do that? So for that, we have to do the VPC peering. So simple definition of the VPC peering is if we want to allow the communication between two different VPCs, VPC 1 and the VPC 2. So for that, a peering is needed. There is one few definition is available on the Amazon website, but particularly this series have the intention is to give the lab access only, right? So in which cases the peering will needed. So first is uh, if you have two different VPC in same account. When I'm saying the account, so account means the account number by using you have created the Amazon account, right? And second one is like different account is there, different account is there of the AWS, and you want to establish communication with their VPC. As example, e.g. customer VPC in our case want to communicate with our VPC, right? So in that case, peering we can configure. So let's move to the lab environment, and this particular environment is already ready. Now what we will do, we will create this particular VPC B and we will create 172.31.00/16, and we will create one instance as well, and then after we will do the VPC peering. So let me create. Okay, I'm in the your VPC and it is loading, and I'm just click on these are few VPCs are there. I have created this corporate VPC, right? Let me select this one 172.16.0/0. So I have already created that one. If you want, then I can remove this one as well. Let me check like is there any subnet is associated with that or not. Otherwise I will delete this one and will create. Uh, okay. Is there any route table? So corporate VPC have its own route table, right? Yep. Okay. Let me do one thing. Let me delete this thing. And so before start this lab, I just done that for testing purpose, and delete subnet. Yes, you have to type delete. Okay. So I have deleted that one. Now I'm going to my VPC, and in this VPC corporate test VPC is there. I'm just click on the delete VPC. unable to delete because this VPC might test VPC peer. Okay, peering is active, right? So let me go to the VPC peer. So in this lab, this is the benefit for you. Like first we will do the delete and then we will create. So you will get the idea like how you can delete the existing things as well. VPC peering, yes, here peering connection, and this one is the my VPC peering, right? I'm just click on action and delete peering connection, delete related route tables entry, and I will create, click on delete. Okay, let me refresh. So the status is deleted. Now again I'm going to my VPC, and in this VPC click on action, delete VPC, and let me type delete, click on delete, and it's deleted, right? So now we don't have any VPC with name of the corporate, and as per this diagram we will now create the customer VPC or the corporate VPC, whatever the name we want to give. So without wasting the time, let me create that one. This is my VPC. I'm just click on create VPC button and customer VPC 1 172.31/0/0 and entire /16 I'm giving to that. Okay, it's a default Tennessee. I don't want the dedicated, otherwise it will charge to us. And let me just click on create VPC. Okay, I have put the extra dot here. Yes. So yes, as you can see, the VPC has created. Now the second step, as you all of know, because we have done the few labs in the past. Now I will create one more subnet in that, and that will be the under corporate VPC, corporate private. We will not create the public subnet in one, right? We will only just create the private subnet. Availability is on, let me create one A only, right? And it is in the same or the different. Okay, in that case we have to, yes, we have to just remember like we have created this VPC in US East 1. Okay, and 172.60, sorry, 172.31.0/0/24 that I have given, and I'm just click on the create subnet. Okay, so this subnet has created and it is associated with this VPC. Yes. Now internet gateway, that is not needed because we don't want to give the internet communication for this particular new VPC. So where is that? And now the route table. So as you can see, like I have just created the VPC and the route table has automatically created. So this is the default, you can see the main. So this one is the main route table. You cannot delete this at least. Uh, if you just want to delete this particular route table, then you cannot do it, because whenever you create the VPC at that time, the main route table will automatically created in this one. And I will just change the name, corporate route table. It's a readable route table, and just click on save, right? And I'm just going to open this one. So what is the route in that? So the route is like 172.31/00 related network is there. Then target is the local. Go to the virtual router. Okay. So what we have done, we have created this VPC and we have created this VPC. We have one A subnet also we have created, and we will create one instance as well in this new VPC. Which VPC? In corporate VPC, right? So I'm just going to click on launch instance. I already have two instances are running. It's loading. Okay, and I'm just going to select any Windows Server 2019 base free trial eligible. Let me select. Okay, yes, T2 microservice, configure instance, and I will go here. By default it will take the default VPC, but we want this instance in customer VPC, and you can see it has automatically taken this subnet as well, private subnet A US East 1A. Let me just note down. I will note down here only where it is. It is in US East 1A. Okay, corporate subnet. Okay, and so you are clear, right? What we are doing right now. We have created this VPC. We are now creating this particular instance, and later then we will establish the communication between this VPC and between this VPC private subnet and the private subnet of VPC B. Okay, auto assign public IP. No, we don't want the public IP address for this one. Okay, everything should be there. Add storage, public IP will need it or not. Let me just think for our lab. How we will then access that particular machine. Mm, if I will give the public address, but internet access we will not give. 172.16.31. Okay, RDP I will take from. Okay, so I will establish the communication, and for that, yeah, no problem. We don't want the public subnet, sorry, public IP address, autos and public IP. We don't want that. Next, I'm going to click on add storage. This is by default storage value it has taken. Add name tag. I'm just adding name, corporate, right? Or customer. What name we have given? Corporate only. No problem. Let me give AC2 private, private, and security group by default RDP. Source is this one. Yes. And yes, we just only want to give the RDP right now. Review and launch. Okay. Let me click on launch, and key pair I will select existing key pair, test key pair, test VPC. I acknowledge and launch instance. Okay, that's done. So let me go view instance, and you can see the corporate one is still in the pending state. So meanwhile, let me go to the VPC setting. Okay, and right now the main thing, like what I have done, let me once again clarify to you guys. I have created this VPC in this region that was already created. Right now I have created the VPC B with name of the customer VPC, and I have created one instance as well, and this instance is running in this VPC. Okay, and now I'm going to enable the VPC peering, establish the peering between this subnet and between this subnet. So let me go to the subnets, and let me just check the region of our private subnet. That also I want to note down. So at the time of the VPC peering, it will ask. Sorry for background disturbance if you are getting something, because there is some construction work is going on nearby my area. Private subnet, private test subnet, and this one is the US one. Okay, so both are in the different region. And let me write down here, private subnet, our organization. Okay, so now I'm established the VPC peering. I'm just click on this peering connection. This one, you can see the cursor. VPC could not retrieved. Okay, VPC could not be retrieved. Yeah, this one is the old error actually. No problem. And this one is deleted. Now create peering connection. So my VPC 01, so my test peering. Okay, select a local VPC to peer with. So I want to peer it with customer VPC. Select a local VPC. Okay, this is the requester. Yes, you can see this one is the requester. So in the requester, our VPC, this VPC is the requester and that should be the acceptor. So we will establish the request from here, from our VPC to this customer VPC. So in this case, our customer VPC, sorry, the test VPC1 is our VPC, right? And select another VPC to peer with. So this is currently in the same account as I have mentioned in the another account in this particular point. Like if you want to establish with different AWS account, so in that case you have to put that account number there. Like if you are working with any another organization, but in this lab environment, I'm working on this same account only. Now it is asking for the region. So it is in another region, right? Our acceptor, it is in the different region. So it is in which region? Our corporate is in this region, US East 1A. By default, it is asking US East 1. Okay. Okay. Yeah, region is same. Only the availability zone has different, right? So I don't think is there any issue. Okay. Yeah, I think this is same region. Yes, no problem. We have created in the same region and the VPC ID. So this will be the, okay. The mistake what I was doing, like not the mistake, but I have assumed like this is different region, but actually the region is same. Only the availability zone is different, right? And still we can verify as well, but it will show us the availability zone only. Mm, Let me go to the custom corporate, and in this corporate, where is that diva? Where is the information? Internal VPC ID, subnet IDs, account, and okay, I don't think so. It is here. Hmm, Status check. Networking, not in this networking, storage, security, and tax. No problem. We will check it later as well. That is not an issue, not a big deal. If the peering connection will not establish, so in that case, okay, yes, here is the information. So these are the region, US East North America, and in this region there are few availability zones are here. So US East 1F and US East 1A both are in the same region only. So there is no need to worry. This is the region name and these are the zones. Okay, now I'm going back here and in the same region, this is the associate IP and just I will click on create peering connection. So once I have clicked on that, you can see like it is asking for the pending acceptance. You can accept or reject this peering. So once the requester will send or by in future, like someone is the requester and you are the acceptor. So in that case, you have to go to the VPC peering and you have to accept that request. Then and then only the peering connection will establish. Otherwise it will not, right? So that keep in mind. So I'm just going to the peering connection, right? And here in the pending acceptance, I have clicked that one and I have clicked on the action and accept request. So it will ask like requester is this VPC, acceptor is this VPC, requester CIDR, and why there is no, okay. Now both are in the same region. This is the owner ID because I have the same account, and this is the acceptor region. Accept request. Once you will accept the request, you can see it is active, right? So peering connection has successfully established. Now what we have to do, we have to go to that particular subnet. So we have just established this tunnel, the peering, not the tunnel we can say. But now what we have to do, like how this particular subnet will know, like if it want to communicate with this one, let me select the pen. If this want to communicate with this one, this particular subnet want to communicate with this one, then where should it will send the traffic? So in the route table, we will mention like if you want to communicate with 172.31.0 dot whatever the subnet, then in that case, you just send the traffic to the peering VPC and same for the reverse route. We will tell to this VPC B, like if you want to communicate with our network 30.0.0/22, then send this traffic to this particular VPC peering. Please do not confused by seeing this particular 10.0 network because in the actual lab we have used the 30 network, so that's why I have just picked the 30 network. Okay, so I'm just going to private subnet route table subnet. Okay, and in this subnet you can see the route table is there, private subnet test. Currently I'm working on that one. Let me move up. Okay, and route table and edit route table association, not association, sorry. Let me go to the route table only. I'm also confused with this one. Okay, test public route table, test private route table. Okay, yes. And this one is I have to remove, right? Because our new net, our net gateway. Okay, this is the net gateway I created in the last lab that is related to it. Okay, that's good. So now I'm in private or different one. Let me once again recheck. Okay, so I am in private route table. Okay, so currently I am here, route table of this one, private, and I will put the route like for this network. If you want to communicate, then send the traffic to the peering VPC. So let me click on edit route, add route, and destination. So what will be the destination? So 172.31.0.0/16. In that case, the target will be peering connection, this option. Once you will select, so it will automatically select this my test peering. If you have the multiple peering connection, then just you have to note down that VPC peering number as well. And I will click on save changes. Okay, so that route has added, like if you want to communicate with this one, then send the traffic to this. And I'm again click on the route table, and now I'm going to here on this route table here, and I will say, like, if you want to communicate with 30 network, then send the traffic to VPC peering. So where is corporate route table? And first we will subnet associate, we will do subnet without, okay, edit. First let me associate this particular subnet, corporate private subnet, with our route table. Okay, and now I'm going to click on edit route, add route. Our network is 30.0.0.0/16. For this network, if you want to communicate, then 30.0.0, let me once again check the network. Yes, subnets, because we want the least privilege we want to give, right? So for the private subnet, the network is 30.1.0./24. So we will just give the access for that one only, not for the entire subnet. We don't want this particular network can communicate with our this public subnet as well, which is in 30.0.2, right? Yes, and for that the next stop means the target will be the my peering VPC. Save changes. Okay, so we have given that one as well. Now I am logging to my EC2 instance, and let me check I can do the RDP or not. Test, this is private. Okay, I have to first log in into my public test VPC, sorry, the EC2. Download desktop file once again, this one, and let me click on connect. It is asking for the password. Click on yes. We have already opened this particular instance as well from there. So this 30.01.105, this is our private instance, right? And from this instance, now what I'll do, I will take the remote RDP of this instance of the corporate. Let me see it will work or not. 3 instances are running, and we have to generate the password as well. Corporate EC2 instance, let me open that one. Connect, RDP client, and get password. Test VPC key we have to use. test vpc.pem, decrypt password. Let me copy this password and note down into my down notepad file. That is done. And again, I'm going to here. Let me copy this IP. Now I'm going to this private EC2 instance. Click on connect. Let's see it will allowed or not. Administrator, and let me copy password, control C, control V. Let me check password. It is correct and click on OK. And the finger crossed. Click on yes. And it is working. Yes. I do not want to confuse to all of you. So let me just show you. This is our public instance. So this one is our public one. Now from this public, I have access this one, the private one. From this private, I have access this corporate EC2 instance. Okay, so this is our public instance. Inside of that, this is my private instance in my same VPC, and where is that another VPC? Okay, yes. See, it is confusing me as well. Okay, so let me minimize this one. Yes, now it will be the clear each and everything. This IP you can see it's a private. This one is my public instance of my VPC, and this instance is running into the corporate one 172.31.0.12, 172.31.0.12. Okay guys, so by this way you can do this thing. You can peering the VPC and you can allow the communication between two different VPC of the same account and the different account as well. So thank you very much, and we will meet soon.